Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all well. So this video might look slightly different. I have basically misplaced my camera and I wanted this video to be ready and up for the weekend, and I've got another busy weekend ahead of me, so I'm filming this on my phone but on a tripod, but I can't see what is going on because obviously to get the best footage the screen has to be on the other side, so I don't know what I look like and if I'm in frame or if I'm not, so we're just gonna paddle through it like a little puppy and we're gonna talk all about everybody's talking about Jamie, the UK tour. So if you want to know my thoughts and feelings on this show, stick around and we'll get into it in 2 whole seconds. So yes, we are back at Wolverhampton Grand for a UK tour, the first UK tour of the year, my second show of the year. And when this show was announced to come to Wolverhampton, I was like, okay, I really enjoyed this show. I saw it last in 2021, again at the Wolves Grand, again on a UK tour, and the call got stronger when they were like, right, here is your cast, and they're like, this person is going to be Jamie, Ivan Turco. This person is going to be Margaret, Rebecca McInnes. This person is going to be your Miss Hedge, Giovanna Fletcher. I was like, hello. Secretly been a fan of Giovanna Fletcher for quite a while. Not really secretly. I will tell anyone who asks. But yeah, I have never seen her in anything performance-wise. She has recently done 222. She has done a UK tour of a Peter James book. This, to my knowledge, is one of her first UK tours of a musical. She has obviously been brought up in the theatre world, but this is like the main or the first foray into musical theatre and doing a UK tour, to my knowledge, like I said. And the moment they announced that Giovanna Fletcher was going to be Miss Hedge in Wolverhampton, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go. If you don't know this show, it is based on a true story about a person called Jamie who grew up in Sheffield and around the age of 16 decided that they wanted to be a drag artist and be a performer, and it got turned into a BBC documentary. I was going to say way back when, that ages me as well as everyone involved in that documentary. I say ages me because I said way back when, not because I was in the documentary. Anyway, by the by. But this show is based on that story and has a book and lyrics by Tom McRae, and also has a score by Dan Gillespie Sells. Like I said, I knew the story going in, and all the struggles that Jamie will go through throughout the show, the highs, the lows, the costumes, the glamour, the prejudice. I knew it all going in, but it's still a story that I enjoy to watch. Yes, it's not everyone's favourite story, and I recently read someone was like, it's a nice story, however the way it ends is slightly odd, and I kind of agree with it, but that's a story for a different day. But it was lovely to hear that music live again. It's always got a bit of a jiggle about it. You're like, na 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 na. It sounded like it. Also, returning to the show kind of felt homely because you step into that auditorium and you are greeted by a set which you, well, if you've seen it before, you know it so well. The set and costumes are the iconic ones designed by Anna Fleisch. I literally watched a video of her saying her name before this and I still think I've butchered it, but anyway. And also choreography, which has been done by Kate Prince, who I recently saw her work in Sylvia. I say recently, it was last year, but that's by the by. It all just felt like safe and like normal, not probably the word, but just there was a sense of familiarity about the whole thing, and just a nice feeling in your tummy. Moving on to the cast. Firstly, I have to say, big up to understudies and covers. I walked into the Wolverhampton Grand Auditorium, and just before you get into the actual room, there is a little space. It's not a room, it's not anything, it's space between two doors. And in that area there was in this performance, these people were playing these parts. I will try and remember to link it above my head somewhere, but I was like, okay, I don't know what to expect from any of these performances. I've never seen them before, but for the aids of myself, our understudies and covers for Jamie, we had Fintan Flynn, who had the night before done the press night for Wolverhampton, and I was kind of expecting him to do my performance too. I don't know why, I just felt something in my waters. Fintan was amazing. I enjoyed the way that their voice kind of blended throughout songs. Some of Jamie's songs are quite powerful and were really strong, and then some of them have such like peace and true emotion going through them, and Fintan dealt with the entire role excellently. Margaret in our performance was played by Georgina Hagan. I actually was secretly excited when I saw that she was being my Margaret in our performance. I have kind of followed her career for a few years, but I've never had the ability to see her in a show, and so when I saw that she was going to be my Margaret, I was like, ooh, and boy oh boy was she amazing. Georgina was just so stunning to listen to and to watch. The voice was insane. Obviously Margaret has two quite powerful songs in her arsenal throughout the show, one in Act 1, one in Act 2. In Act 1 she sings If I Met Myself Again, which is such a heart killing song, sung by someone who has loved and lost quite dramatically. And then second half she sings He's My Boy. Woo! Again, a very strong, powerful song to sing with some amazingly powerful notes, and Georgina just did it absolutely amazingly. 10 out of 10. Also in our understudies we had Young Loco, who was played by David McNair, and Bex, who was played by Takaya Bailey. Hopefully I've pronounced her name correctly. Truly apologise if I haven't. Each member of the ensemble, if we can call them that, were such powerful beasts. The ensemble and the classmates of Jamie throughout the show have some tough boots to dance in, and the cast did it absolutely amazingly. It's a very energetic show to watch, and they were really brilliant and great to watch as always. The three queens of Sandra Bullock, Like a Virgin, and Trace Fist Kay, who were just like truly iconic as always. They're always, that trio is always my favourite, or one of my favourite trios, or one of my favourite collection of people in the show, and this was no exception. The Queens were played by Gary Lee, Kai Kelly and David McNair, and then the epitome of drag queen for the show is Loco Chanel / Hugo. In our performance and at the Wolves Grand, it was played by John Partridge. I know that there are 2 other actors who are sharing the role depending on venue. Same with Miss Hedge. Like I said, at ours it was John Partridge, and I knew that I was going to enjoy his performance just because of the breadth of his previous work. But it's clear to see that he is having such a great time being Hugo, being Loco Chanel. I do have to question the accent a little bit. Obviously it's set in Sheffield. It kind of has a Sheffield / Northern / Manchester twang to it. Not enough to take away from the rest of the performance, but it just, in the back of my mind I was like, where are we going with this accent? A couple of times. That's just a personal preference. Me and accents, I love a good accent, and yeah, I'm not bashing. I couldn't do one for myself, but it just was a bit funny at times. Moving on. Pretty is played by Talia, and I'm probably going to butcher this surname, so sorry, Talia Palamathan. Again, terrible with surnames, truly apologise. She had such a beautiful voice. Again, Pretty has some good songs in her arsenal. Again, one in two. Spotlight in Act 1, and in Act 2 It Means You're Beautiful, and she was beautiful singing both. Like I said, Giovanna Fletcher was Miss Hedge. Miss Hedge is one of those like to hate characters. She starts out alright, then she goes a bit meh, a bit not so nice. Kind of seems like it gets pally with the bully, and then at the end she sees the error of her ways. Best way to describe her story arc. But like I said at the beginning of this video, I really enjoyed watching Giovanna Fletcher in the flesh, so I'm very glad that I got to see her do the role. And finally, may have left like one of the best to last, Shobna Gulati reprised her role of Ray, and oh my god, I feel like I don't think I could see anyone but Shobna doing the role of Ray, because she's just so iconic. Like, everyone needs a Ray in their life, and she's just so amazing and so iconic. I just love the character of Ray, and Shobna does it just so well. The cast were a joy to watch. The show, even with, as I said, some slight moments, was always a joy to watch. I always cry, don't know why, just the end couple of minutes I get teary. It's fine. I feel like I enjoy acceptance. I love that everything like gets rounded off and people see errors of their ways. It's just nice, and I just get emotional. It's okay. I'm very tired at the moment. That probably didn't help, but that is that. This tour is now carrying on. It is travelling up and down the UK. Its last venue is the Leicester Curve, and its last show is the 20th of July, so please go and check it out. It is a really fun night out. But yeah, that is pretty much that. I'm going to leave this video here because I don't know how I've looked through the entire video, so I'm now going to quickly check my phone that I'm in focus and everything looks semi-okay, and hopefully I will find my camera soon, otherwise I may cry because I literally don't know where I've put it and I used it last night. Bother. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I never say this, but hey ho, I've done it now. But yeah, I'm going to leave you here, so thank you very much for watching and I love you all lots. Cheerio, farewell, goodbye.